I know. I mean, I have said for years this is a national economic suicide note. Well, the economy is about to commit suicide. I mean, unless someone changes direction, Daniel, we are facing the dark ages. I mean, these net zero goals are ludicrous. As the Spectator magazine editorialised, Daniel, this week, and I quote this stupidity has manifested itself in perfectly good coal-fired power stations literally being blown to smithereens to the applause of fools and shysters. It says the last decade has seen our energy infrastructure dismantled at breathtaking speed, accompanied by a blizzard of false promises about new technologies and to the tune of ever-soaring household bills. Unquote. Daniel, there was a time when the coalition held out against this madness. Tony Abbott once called it crap. But you've said the top 10, your research, New South Wales Legislative Assembly seats with the most jobs at risk are in rural or regional areas.
That's exactly right. It's those in the regions that don't have a voice, because both sides of politics have backed in these destructive policies. In 2013, you refer to Tony Abbott. Well, he won that election in a landslide against all of the predictions of the elite media people and the aficionados on his promise to axe the carbon tax. And he brought with him a great majority of Australian people who knew it was all environmental, all economic pain for no environmental gain. Yet we continue to pursue these policies. Prices have already gone up. You look at the energy bills of households and small businesses. They've gone up by thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
The government itself in the budget has acknowledged it's going to go up by 50% at least over the next 2 years. Yet under the policy of net zero, at least six more large coal-fired power stations are going to close down. This is going to get a lot worse before it gets better, Alan.
Well, just let's amplify this and be specific. Now, what the research of the IPA has said, Daniel's research, 63,765 jobs to go in agriculture. Let's just take that point quickly, Daniel.
Well, Alan, we last week toured through some of these areas, Tamworth, Narrabri, Gunnedah, Armidale, Muswellbrook. These are the communities that are going to feel it. And when those jobs go, it's not just the direct jobs, it's all of the other jobs that rely on that primary production. If you walk down the main streets of these towns, cafes, hospitality, chemists, pharmacies, they all rely on the income that's generated from farming or from mining. Just in terms of your point about farming, we've already had the federal government say they want to impose a methane tax, which is a tax on cattle. Not only is that critical for our own food supply, we export it because we have such high quality produce here. We export it. It provides nutrition around the world and it earns export revenue. Where does that revenue go? It goes into schools, roads and hospitals and law enforcement that benefits the entire community. But this clipboard class with triplicate forms, they don't get how wealth's created and how it's spread around the community.